Hey, welcome back. Now, normally I do vlogs, every 2 weeks or so, but I've got that much material, excuse me, I'm going to have to go back to weekly, certainly for the next month or so. That'll take us up to Christmas. But anyway, enjoy. Well, hello and welcome back. Ignore the rugby because I got them for a second, but job number one is to shift that loo roll holder, which is behind you, obviously, when you're on the toilet seat, and reposition it there, where it's actually going to be useful. I could put it there where the towel rail is, but then, I don't know, towel rail, you've got another one there. But I do need to keep this one because behind that is where all the flow and all the rest of the kit is, so that will stay there. So I think I'll put it on there. One thing to bear in mind is this is lit up, so there's a bit of lighting just on the other side, just here, so it'll just have to be higher than that, which is where I want it to be, in the middle anyway, I suppose. There is also a screw right at the very top of this where I can see where they've screwed the top onto the bottom onto this, so just a little bit to one side or the other. But let's get that off first. We'll have a look. These are not that complex. There's actually I can feel it, there's a little Allen key just under here. You undo that, no doubt there's a plate screwing the back of this on, but I shall take that off. There we go. Oh, by the way, I've redone the lights. These two white ones are just, we have a strip of kind of warm white lights fitted there, so the wife's going to see whether or not she prefers it in warm white colour or this white colour, but choice is hers. Here we go. So Allen key went in the bottom of it and it just pokes out there, and there's that bit is fixed to the wall, and if you can see in the middle there's a couple of screws. So take that out, re-screw it onto here and put it back on again. There we go, that's that screwed back on. In actual fact, I've got two screws in it, but they only actually had one, because that is what's left of a screw head, so they haven't bothered to fit that. That's because they're probably using cheap screws and the tops just fell off. But there's nothing down here, so anyway, so I'll just cover that up. But I'll just offer this up, done the little Allen key at the bottom, and then that will just slot on there. Then I'll tighten it up at the bottom, and that's much better. Oh, there we have it. Much more useful. Now sat in the toilet, can actually get to the toilet rolls. Brilliant, because that's a fairly useless shelf anyway, apart from it being nicely lit and doesn't affect the towel rail. So that was all required. One Allen key and a screwdriver. Oh, that's it. We're on. You have to ask yourself, I mean, why do they bother? I'll just stay there off a sec, but why do they bother with the towel rail there? You've got a thing called a radiator here, and you'd put towels on that to dry it, you know, nice and it fits on as well, be nice and warm and heated. So don't bother putting that there, maybe put that there. Okay, now that that's done, job number 2 was to fit a shaving mirror from trusty old Amazon, which I needed to do there. Hello. Connectivity for this is a couple of screws, obviously. Now I put those at a slightly downward angle, so there's no way it can go back towards that big mirror. That's the plan anyway, but this is quite stiff to start with. Whether it stays that way, we'll see. What I've done is I've bolted that through rather than screws. You can see those on the inside there. And what I'm going to look for is some, which I know I've got in the garage somewhere, some little domed bolts, so I can just put bolts, nuts, domed nuts, so I can put those on the end of those instead. And job number 3 was to take off that hideous bit of plastic and put up, and I just put that on with a bit of sealant. across the top there and the bottom, so that looks much better than it was previously. So the bathroom is getting there. Oh yes, whilst I'm at it, so I saw this on eBay, I just thought I'd show you this. So just put it there and you can have a look. It's actually quite a little slim plastic, well designed loo brush. This is just a little piece that clips on to that piece that I stick down on the bottom there, and then this is, you just put liquid in it, you know, detergent of some sort, and that's a simple way to clean your toilet bowl. But there we go, it's quite a simple thing, just slip it back on. So they can take that off when they reseal that. We have noticed also there's a little smell of, I'm going to say, stale wee. Get them to have a look at that, I think. So the bathroom's getting there, and all she's got to do is decide whether she wants lights in that frame or that frame, bright white or not. I suppose the rest of it's quite bright white. So there we have it, you're up to date, and so that just remains for me to say, please like, subscribe and hit the little bell.